Aloha and welcome to Morpheus Reviews for Comics. Today I will be talking about all of the issues of the Sandman Universe comics for May. So first start off with the Dreaming, which I teased last time. This one is called The Void. Here we see this new manager of the Dreaming on the cover. Very nice artwork. I enjoyed the style. A little bit of a psychedelic element there. And so, in this issue, this new nameless manager of the Dreaming finds the fingernail of Dream and summons Dora to ride a Baku to find Dream, with Matthew following along so that they can watch the progress. And we are faced with the question, what is the importance of a name? And called to contemplate the power of withholding your name from someone or allowing someone to know your name. So what are the consequences of this? Next, we have House of Whispers. These are issue 9 for these two. We see Anansi here on the cover. Some stories caught in his web. And inside is House Rules, where Erzuli and Anansi exchange stories as part of this agreement from the last issue, where if Erzuli wins, Anansi helps to separate Agwe, Erzuli's husband, from the boat so that his spirit can be free. But if she loses, then Erzuli sacrifices her life. So in this competition of back and forth, we find the true power, creative power of Anansi's storytelling abilities, and we also are shown Erzuli's devotion to her followers. And both of these strengths have consequences for each person, for each entity involved. Moving on, we have Lucifer, number 8. A fine day for a black mass. Lucifer balancing his heart on the scales. See if he has any guilt. So of course is to enter the Egyptian underworld, where we find him at the end of last issue. And here Lucifer continues his search for an underworld for Sycorax to rest. Meanwhile, Sycorax learns the magic behind her resurrection, and we see the magic of Mazikeen as she works to keep things under control. And one thing that is brought to our attention here is the consequences of worship to deities and lack of worship, and what is it that determines what is real and what is not real. Just a little bit of an undertone in some parts of this. It's nice. Finally, Books of Magic number 8, Titania here on the cover. Outside of this wood, do not desire to go. And in here, we learn of the deceptive magic keeping Timothy Hunter carefree as he explores the fairy world and the goblin market. And we are confronted with a heavy topic of, is it better to know that you've done something bad and be allowed to forget about it? Or is it better to remember that you've done it and face the consequences? Something to contemplate here. So, storyline's carrying along. One thing I did notice that stood out to me here was on House of Whispers. We find Anansi here on the cover. Much different looking than at the end of the last issue. Then even the drawings inside of this issue are much different than either of these, either the cover or the end of last issue. We see him here with like the 6 eyes, the 2 rows on either side of his head. Yeah, then on the cover it's like kind of like a cluster of eyes at the front of his face. It's like 4, and then 2. He's got, I don't know, it looks way different. It's kind of strange. I wonder if it's just, you know, typical for the variation between cover art and internal story art. But if that is the case, why is the story art in this issue different from the story art in the previous issue? Just one little consistency that kind of stood out to me, or inconsistency rather. If you notice anything like this, comment below. If you enjoy these videos, like and working on getting more consistent with these videos. Some personal life things happening in the past month. So next one we have Dreaming number 10. Very cool. See Dora on the Baku, as I mentioned. We've seen that in number 9. Very cool. So subscribe to get the notification when this one comes out, which will be soon. And yeah, like this video if you like these. Yeah, thanks for watching. Aloha.